first date, I kind of sat in the car for a second, and it was a small place, so we knew when we were there. And when Jared got out of the car, I thought that he was a little bit country for what I was used to. But as soon as we started talking, it was really comfortable, really casual, and we meshed really well together.
I thought she was cute, and I was hoping that she was a acceptable level of crazy.
We ended up going to a movie after dinner. We went to go see Jungle Book in 3D in IMAX.
Yes. Come to find out, she's deathly afraid of snakes, so a big snake in 3D in an IMAX theater, you know.
The 3D snake was not my
3D
thing.
snake's not her thing.
I knew Jared was the first time that I went over to his apartment. He invited me over, he cooked dinner, and we had some wine, and we just watched some TV and some movies. And I'm not the type that's very comfortable at other people's houses, but I walked in and just was instantly comfortable. It was like it was meant to be. So I knew right then that was where I needed to be.
A few months after we moved in together, we blended our households. You know, 2 full houses. You know, I'd never lived with anybody else, you know, since my parents, and I'd moved out. I'd been in my own apartment, and it was a big change. And we came together, moved in, and redid the house, and never got into a single argument. So that's pretty much whenever I knew that she was one for me. Well, part of the thing that actually got me to finally buy the ring was it was on sale at Justice Jewelers.
Jared, no.
No. I thought about it for a while. After, you know, those couple months that went by, I thought about it, and I thought, well, I need to go ahead and get this started, because we had a vacation scheduled to go to Las Vegas, and I thought it'd be kind of different to actually propose somewhere other than the state of Missouri, because she always thought that I'd propose in the middle of a field. And I proved her wrong, because I did it in the middle of the Hoover Dam.
When it came to the proposal, I had an idea, because he's not very good at keeping secrets. I didn't know when it would happen or for sure that it was going to happen. I just knew that there was something kind of different about the way he was acting and the way that we were going on this vacation. So he definitely surprised me. We definitely had a story to tell after that proposal because it was very unique. So he proposed when we took a trip to the Hoover Dam. We went in, got our tickets and everything, and I was gonna go to the restroom before we went on the actual tour. The desert was doing some weird stuff to my sinuses, and I was in the bathroom washing my hands, and I thought, oh no, another bloody nose. And this one lasted for quite a while, so we actually missed the first video part of the tour. And I got back out, and he was really rushed, you know, we gotta go, we're gonna miss it. We missed the first video part of the tour. I came back out, and he was really worried. He was really rushing, and I was like, well, I don't know what's going on, but we're fine, you know, we've got plenty of time. So we got through the whole tour of the Hoover Dam, and we got up on top of the dam, and we were walking around, and he looked like he had a pretty set purpose. And I had my camera out and was taking pictures, and so he asked me to take some pictures of part of the lake and Lake Mead and part of the dam. And so I turned around, and he said, "Hey Hailey, will you marry me?" And it was very quick because we were really short on time. But it was so sweet and very creative. He's super thoughtful like that. So he likes to do things with purpose.
So we were rushing around trying to get up, because I had the spot picked out. There's a plaque in the center of the Hoover Dam, which divides the dam between Nevada and Arizona. So I wanted to take and do it like one knee in Nevada and 1 foot in Arizona, and split the states. I thought that'd be kind of neat with the plaque and the line. So we got there, and I was trying to distract her attention so I could get the ring out. So whenever we got to the plate, I had her take some pictures to distract her so I could get the ring out of my pocket. And we got down. I was looking around. I mean, there's not a very big area there, and I was like, people walking both ways, lots of traffic, and I was like, we got to make this quick. So I had to shorten down to, "Will you marry me?" pretty much, and she said yes. I couldn't believe it.
One thing that I've learned from Jared, I guess, is a lot about the farm and just about nature, how to work farm equipment properly. I'm pretty good about teaching myself most things, but doing it in the right way is definitely a good thing. And he's taught me that. How to take care of cattle, how to treat cattle, and he's even given me my own responsibility of giving me my own cow for Christmas. So he really wanted me to be a part of the farm, which I really enjoy.
Hailey has taught me patience. So I can probably count on two hands how many times I've ever been to the mall, let alone being patient. So she has taught me a vast amount of patience, to be with somebody and to grow emotionally and spiritually with somebody. Hailey is very artistic. She has just a natural ability to make things and do things that are far out of my capabilities. And she goes at anything she does with 200% head on.
I think the things that I love most about Jared is just his ability to work as hard as he does. He's constantly, thinking about either the farm or work or, but he always makes time for me, which I think is really important. And I love his patience. He has a lot of patience with me, and trust me, that takes a lot. I'm pretty sassy, and he takes on that sassiness with every stride. He's pretty good about that. I think the biggest hurdle that we've faced together would just be the amount of work that we've both put in. He's always working overtime, and for the wedding and everything, I think we both kind of took on more job-wise, and so we would go days, sometimes even weeks without seeing each other, even though we live in the same exact home. There would just be days when we would talk on the phone for 30 minutes, and that's the most time that we got together. But I think it's kind of a testament to us that we made it work, and I think we're stronger for that time too. So
the sweetest thing that she's ever done was a Valentine's Day. She made a bunch of handmade notes and planted them through the house, and on one of the chairs she had this little tin, and whenever I opened it up, it had a little note in it, and it had a heart shape made out of 9mm bullets.
I think the sweetest and funniest thing that he's ever done, we were gonna have a date night, and we were kind of discussing how we were both cheap dates. We don't have to go out and do anything fancy. We can go into town and grab a bite to eat and come home and watch a movie that we rented. So we were kind of joking back and forth about how we were both cheap dates. And we were on our way home. We got something to eat, and we found this rose that someone had thrown out on the side of the road, all wrapped up really nice and pretty, and we kind of joked about how someone had lost their rose, or someone threw it out, or made up all these kind of stories about it. And I said, well, I wouldn't mind. I'm a pretty cheap date. I wouldn't mind having a rose like that. And so he turned around and picked up the rose off the side of the road, and came back and gave it to me and acted all sweet. And so we actually still have that roadside rose, and we joke about it all the time.
Life without Hailey would just be empty. I mean, I've come so used to having her, or knowing that she's going to be home, or that I can call and talk to her and text her, and I really at this point wouldn't know what to do. I'd be empty.
Life without Jared would be lonely and loveless, and I would be a lot lazier. He pushes me. He pushes me to do things outside of my comfort zone, or I think we kind of balance each other out with our hard work and restfulness, and I think that we just make a really good pair in that way, and I couldn't imagine life without him.